Anniversaire. Anniversaire. Are you like saying a prayer? Because it's really long, this wish. That was a really long wish, you guys. I don't know. I hope it comes true because she had a list. This video is going to be going in detail about my experience for my birthday dinner, why I picked the place that I did, how it went, and what exactly I had. So when I was trying to find a place for my birthday dinner, I went through the Michelin guide for Paris. I just wanted to have a really good experience, and also I wanted it to be affordable. So all those informations are listed in the reviews of the Michelin guide. So that was pretty cool. I came across this restaurant, Maison Blanche, which is located in the heart of Paris, and I picked that one because it had a really cool menu and it had a really nice view of the Eiffel Tower. And when I was looking through, a lot of the places were either way too expensive or the view wasn't really that good, and I was really going for good food, good view, and good price. So Maison Blanche has a good plate review on the Michelin guide, which means that their food is good. Their food tastes good. So that was one of the characteristics that I was looking for in my birthday dinner. So that's why I picked this one, and also for the fact that the chef had really good reviews. The place itself had good reviews, and the view of the Eiffel Tower was really nice. Also, it's located right down the street from les Champs Elysées, so it's a really nice spot to be in when going to dinner there, because there's a theater right next door. There are other places that you can go to if you have later reservations or something like that. So it's a really good location and it has good food. I originally made a reservation for 8 o'clock, and my reservation ended up being pushed back to 9 o'clock. And even then, because there were some issues with the train, I ended up getting to my birthday dinner at 9:15, and they were very sweet about it. They still took us in. They sat us down and we had a great dinner. The staff was very helpful and very understanding, so that was definitely not an issue. It was 3 of us, and we decided that we were going to do the degustation menu, and that was a 5-course menu, and that cost about $95, and that's without the drinks. So we had the degustation menu, which is a 5-course menu, and it was delicious. And the menu starts with the one that I picked. I had the scallops, then I had the duck foie gras, and after that you had a choice between getting an egg entree or getting a soup, so I went with the soup. My main dish was a roasted filet, and then for dessert I had a chocolate cake, which is their house moelleux cake, which is a cake that is like hard on the outside and then melting on the inside. And that was my dessert. And right before the dessert, they brought us this pistachio panna cotta, which was really, really light and delicious. That was kind of like our in-between dish, so that was really cool. So the scallops, I'm actually not a big fan of scallops, but I've started to notice that here in France, a lot of the things are cooked differently, and it's making me like certain things that I never thought I would, like scallops. So we had these lightly seared scallops that came with some cucumber, some bok choy, and piccalilli cream, which is this tangy sauce that came with it, and it was so delicious. I scraped my plate clean. It was so good. The scallop was really well cooked. It wasn't a cold plate and it wasn't a hot plate, so it was kind of like a salad. It was very light. I was surprised of how much I liked that scallop. So yes to the first course. As my second course, it was the foie gras, the duck foie gras, and that came with a Porto reduction, which is a fortified wine reduction, and like a velvety sweet pepper. It was so good. I probably ate a lot more than everyone else, or at least I ate a lot faster than everyone else at the table because it was so good. The Porto reduction at the top brought some sweetness to the foie gras, and then they brought us like this toasted brioche to eat it with. Oh my god, it was so delicious. It was so velvety. The foie gras had this, it wasn't salty, but it really balanced out well with the wine reduction. And with that on the brioche, the texture of the brioche was perfect. It wasn't super burnt and it wasn't super soggy. So as soon as you put the foie gras on the brioche, it was so good and so crackling and melting in your mouth. And I just talking about it and already hungry just thinking about it. My third course, I picked the vegetable soup instead of the egg because I'm not a big fan of eggs that aren't cooked all the way. I mean, I'm getting there, but I'm not all the way there. So I didn't want to get a dish that I already had a preconceived notion about. So I went with the vegetable soup with prawn, and I was so excited. I love any seafood. If you add seafood to my plate, I will love you. So you get 2 prawns, and it's this small bowl of vegetable soup. The one thing though that I wasn't very happy about was the fact that the soup was not hot, like at all. It was slightly warm when it got to me, but it wasn't even hot. Like it when we have soup, like it has to be hot, or else why are we having soup? But it was delicious. The prawns were cooked perfectly. The vegetables weren't all mushy. They still had some texture to them. The seasoning was great. It was the perfect amount as well, because sometimes with a longer course meal, you don't want to put too much, but you also don't want to put too little. So as a third course, it actually had more bite to it than the first 2. It was kind of building up your appetite. So I really liked the prawn and the vegetable soup. So anyone who's ever been out with me knows that if there's any kind of red meat on the menu as an option, I'm going for it. Unless I'm going to a seafood place, then I'm gonna have all seafood. But in this case, it's a Mediterranean restaurant, and they had some black Angus, some roasted black Angus steak. So I decided to go with that. I wanted the filet instead of the wild bass that they had as an alternative. It had a Parisian gnocchi, which is choux and potato added to it. It's like choux dough mixed with potato, and then you boil them, then you saute them. And it looked really nice because they made it in a quenelle. And if anyone knows what a quenelle is, it's this very intricate shape. It's a 3-sided shape if you do it with 2 spoons, or a kind of like a, we don't like to call it that, but it is a football shape item. You can make a quenelle out of pretty much anything that can be scooped up. And so they made a quenelle of the Parisian gnocchi with it. But until I remembered what I had ordered, I didn't know that that's what it was. It was good, but it was so small that I wasn't really expecting it to be just that much. So definitely I would say maybe like either do a bigger canal or maybe do like 3 small ones, just so that it can be eaten with the steak. And then also the steak came with some cèpe, which is mushroom. It was really rich, really delicious. And I had a glass of red wine with it, so it really just put everything in perfectly. The taste really popped in my mouth, and I was really excited about my dish. So as we were waiting for the dessert, they brought out these little cups, like these little shot glasses with pistachio panna cotta, which was really delicious. And it had like a mousse, like a white chocolate mousse at the top, and it was so good. It was so light. It was the perfect thing between the steak that I had just eaten and the dessert that was coming up. And as for my dessert, I picked the secret recipe chocolate cake, which was a moelleux, which is a chocolate cake with the melted inside. So I wasn't a big fan of it at school. And the fact that I ordered it there, because I didn't know exactly, they just said chocolate cake. And I was like, okay, maybe it's gonna be like a chocolate genoise or something. I wasn't really sure of what to expect. So when I saw it, I was like, oh God, am I going to be able to eat it? It was very rich. I would definitely recommend it for anyone who loves chocolate. I think that would be the perfect dessert for you. For me, however, it was a lot. It was a very big portion, so I wasn't sure that really went well with the rest of the meal. It had a lot going on with it as well. Like you had the cake and then you had some ice cream, which was good. Everything was delicious. It was just a little much for me. But if you like chocolate, by all means, please do and go enjoy this secret chocolate cake that they have at Maison Blanche, because it was delicious. And also, they brought me my cake with a candle on top. So of course I had to eat it. But it was really good. Altogether, the staff, oh my God, the staff was really amazing. I was so glad to be there. I was really happy that I chose the place that I did. So altogether, it was really good. I would definitely recommend to do the dégustation menu for dinner. You have the choice of either doing the 5-course meal, which is 95 euros, or you can do the 6-course meal, and added to what I had, you have the bass and the roasted filet together. So you get the scallop, you get the foie gras, you get to pick either the egg or the soup, and then you have the wild sea bass, you have the roasted filet, and then you get to pick your dessert. I had the chocolate cake, and then you also have the option of a lemon cake, and it's like a little lemon meringue tart with some ice cream and some sorbet. It looked really nice. I don't think I tried it, but my friend had some, so she finished it. So I'm sure she had a good dessert. So I would definitely recommend to do that instead of the a la carte menu, because you don't really get to taste and try a lot of the items. And if you do the a la carte menu, I feel like it's going to come out more costly than if you are to do the dégustation menu. So this was for my 25th birthday, and I had been planning for this for a while now. So I had put some money aside for my dinner. So I definitely am not saying that, every day I would have a 95 euro bill. And even that, like, I had a glass of wine as well. So, and that was about, I don't think it was more than 10 euros. The glass of wine itself, they have a large wine list. It's about 18 pages. Yeah. So they also have a rating for that on the Michelin star. Like, they have a good wine list. So if you're a wine fan and if you're a fresh food Mediterranean fan as well, then Maison Blanche in near the Champs Elysées is definitely going to be amazing for you. The view is great, the staff is great, the food is great, the ambiance is great. We got to visit the kitchen. That was pretty awesome. I love visiting kitchens every time that I have dinner at different places. Not everyone's gonna let you do it. So far, it's been good for us, and we've been able to visit the kitchen when we have asked, so it's definitely a plus on that. Now, I'm not saying to go and ask them every time you go, so because I'm not sure what the situation is each time, but definitely so thankful to have chosen that place, and I had a great time for my birthday. So yeah, definitely I say yes to Maison Blanche in Paris. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. I am so thankful that you guys stopped by. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video. And if you have any questions or comments, or if you have any suggestions, please make sure to put them down in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as I see them. Thank you, thank you, thank you.